Hello, you guys. It's me, your teacher again, Miss Ayat. Today we're going to go over chapter 3. Since I know that you have orientation today, I'm creating this quick video on chapter 3. I think it's going to have two parts, maybe. So this is part 1, just the graphing equations and inequalities. Um, so this is just the objectives of this. It's plot, how to know plots, how the pair order of each one, and understanding each and one of them. So what is the rectangular coordinate system? It is actually ordered a pair, so it's actually two numbers. The coordinator is actually x and y. So when we're dealing with drawing on a plot, it usually has to have two components. X is the horizontal line number, and y is the vertical one. Origin is called the point of the intersection of two axes. So sometimes these are just keywords to know. Quadrants is actually the 4 regions. So going back to this is the axis. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4 quadrants. I'm sorry about that. So graphing in order. So if I give you a point, usually it starts from A to B. And when you're moving, this is like the correspondence. So you really have to know that you have to start from the original point, which is A, and then you move left or right, and then B, you move up and down. So when we have 2 points, scroll a little bit. When we have 2 points, and let's say we have a point right here, and it's A or B, A and B, that's my point. When it says move, so let's say we said +5 to +4, 6, or plus whatever, how many points we're moving, we would have to move left and right for A, and for B we would move up and down. Okay, since A is related to the x-axis and Y is related to the y-axis. These are note, this is just an order. So let's say this is our y-axis, this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. Okay, so these are my points. So if I say I went, and this is in word language, so if I said I went 5 units right and 3 units up, the point would be 5, 3. Okay, so if I said 5 units left, that would go here, which is -5, and then I went 5, let's say 3 units up, so it would go up, meaning it's positive. And if I said down, it would go negative. So these are the different points, as you can see how the language works when we're describing it. Okay, so left and right, that's going to be this, the first point. If I say up and down, it would be your second point. Okay. Help. So don't forget, this is a really great hint, that each ordered pair corresponds exactly to one point in the plane that actually is and that each point in the plane corresponds to exactly one ordered pair. So the pair and that point are the same. Okay, these are just some similar examples. 4 and 2, we can find that right here. This is 4 and 2. B is -3 and 2, so -3 and 2 to -2, which is on the bottom. So you can say quadrant 1, this is in quadrant 3, this is in 4. This is exactly on the x-axis, and this point is on the y-axis. We didn't say they're in a quadrant because they're actually on the axis itself. Data that can be represented in ordered pairs are called pair data. So if I have a relationship between two items, let's say X and Y, so that is called a pair piece of data. So when I'm looking in sales, for example, in relations to month, let's say this is January, this is February, etc., and I'm saying the sales for each month, there's a relationship between these two things, or these two, which is months and the sales. That is called paired data. A graph with paired data in a rectangle coordinate is called a scatter diagram. Scatter diagrams can look for pairs and trends. So not every piece of data there's actually a clear relationship. It's just, this is kind of to help you to understand the fact is this is paired. And when it's paired, it doesn't necessarily mean there has to be a relationship with it. This is a great example. So we have 2010, the year, and tornado. So you can say this is X and this is Y, right? This is our relationship, the year and the tornadoes. And this is a table given, right? So you can actually pair and say 2010, 2011, and pair it with a number of tornadoes, and you can write it in a pair system, okay? This doesn't mean it has to be graphed in that way. It's just for your better understanding. This is just for drawing. So we're going to go back and just draw a scattered, diagram. We have years on the bottom, and then we have the number of tornadoes, right? And as you can see how the staggered diagram, there actually is, it varies. So there's no clear relationship with the number of tornadoes each year. Completing ordered pair solutions. In general, an ordered pair is a solution. So the variables, replacing the variables by values, ordered pair results or true statement. Let me go and just do it as an example. So this is a pair, right? So complete the order pair so that the solution of this equation. So in this case, I'm telling you X is 3 and I don't know why, right? But there is a relationship. They gave us a relationship. So this means that whatever I plug in X in that equation, it would give us Y. So it just simply replaced the X with the 3. So it's 3 times 2, which is 6. 5Y equals -4. We move the 6 here. It gives us 5Y equals -10. So Y equals -2. So the pair is 3 and -2 because there was a clear relationship, okay? This is another one, which is -7. So they actually gave us Y this time. So we're going to plug in Y instead. And this is where we got the solution of X equals -4. Last example is actually a table. So they gave us a table, which is Y equals 5X. And each of these items, you would just simply plug in either X or Y, whatever is given, and it would give you a full table because we have an equation, okay? So not necessarily every time you have a table, you can figure out the equation, but if you have an equation, you can figure out the table, okay? Thank you so much for your time. I will be also posting another short video about chapter 3, but this is just for today. Thank you.